My name is Daniel Mercer, and I live alone in a small apartment on the edge of the city, where the noise never quite reaches me, which feels fitting because neither does anyone else. I'm 34, I work too much, I sleep too little, and somewhere along the way love became something I learned how to survive without instead of something I believed in. I tell myself I'm fine, that being alone is peaceful, but some nights the silence presses so hard against my chest it feels like it's asking questions I don't know how to answer. I didn't think anything would change that until one ordinary evening when I stayed late at a cafe to escape going home, and I noticed her laughing at a table nearby. Not at anything extraordinary, just at life, like I hadn't taught her to brace for disappointment yet. It wasn't even her that unsettled me at first. It was a feeling, this quiet, dangerous reminder of who I used to be before heartbreak taught me to keep my hands in my pockets. I argued with myself for days after that, told myself it was nothing. Chemistry fading with age, nostalgia dresses hope. But when she messaged me after we exchanged a few words and an awkward smile, something in me leaned forward instead of away. I tried to open up carefully, like testing cold water with my toes, but every step brought back old echoes. Conversations that ended too early, promises that dissolved, the familiar fear being seen and then left. I misread texts, overthought pauses, nearly convinced myself to disappear before she could decide I wasn't worth the risk. Nights stretched longer, my mind replaying her voice, her silences, the way hope and fear shared the same heartbeat, and I hated how alive it made me feel, because being alive meant being vulnerable again. There was a moment, standing alone in my kitchen at 2 a.m., phone in my hand, when I realized I was more afraid of never trying than of being hurt, and that scared me even more. So I chose to be honest, not impressive, not guarded, just real, and when I told her how I felt, my hands were shaking, but my chest felt lighter than it had in years. Whatever happens next doesn't erase who I was, but it changes who I'm becoming, because love, I learned, isn't about guarantees. It's about having the courage to show up as you are and letting that be enough.